Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. You are a certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, a mother, and a wife. And I'm here to help you see yourself as the best version of who you are. I'd like to take a moment to remind you to like, share, and comment on today's show. Know that if you've missed any episodes, that we are on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and YouTube. And again, share, like, and comment on today's show. I'd like to take a moment to also give a shout out to my advertising sponsors that make this show possible for week after week after week. There is a guest flyer, an advertising flyer, that gives all the information for each of the advertisers, should you be interested in connecting with any of them. So to start off, we have Gail Nicholson, who's our resilience coach, metaphysical practitioner. Then we have Irene Rodriguez. She is our our healer, creator of the waist beads, and also an advocate of the Torah Wellness products. Nick Rafter, he's our real estate agent and journalist. We have Alex Ratillo, which is our leading shamanic priestess of wealth and well-being. Tammy Moses, Chief Encouragement Officer. Dr. Robert Garcia, the warrior strategist. And our guest for today, which is also our advertising sponsor, is Diana Brandt, business consultant for small businesses. Now, for any of you out there who are interested in becoming a guest on my show or even advertising your business on my show, please email healingwithin76@gmail.com and include what it is you would like to promote on the show and what item it is you are looking to be an advertising sponsor for. So, how are we actually doing today? I asked you that question. How are you? Place that in the comments. I would love to respond back to you. I'd also like to set the energy for today with our cards, as usual, as I am the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. And I'd like to help you get aligned physically, mentally, and spiritually with your chakra system. Become aware of your chakras. Connect with them on a daily basis, which actually helps you to connect with who you are on a soul level and on a spiritual level. So I invite you to take a moment just to take a breath. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of how you are breathing. And for that matter, listen to your heartbeat. And then once you've done that, if you can, close your eyes. And if you can't, that's fine. And if you happen to be driving while listening, feel free to pull over if you can. Otherwise, feel free to come back and watch this later. So I'm shuffling up our cards. I would like to see what chakra shows up for us today, what affirmation is going to help us move into a higher vibration, and what number is going to appear to provide us with a hidden message. So let's see what shows up today for each and every one of us. And while I'm shuffling the cards, feel free to ask yourself a question, and let's see what insight shows up for you. Our card for today, quite interesting. I can't make this stuff up. I'm hoping you can see the card. It said change. Change. We are in a change. In fact, we just had a major change just take place within the last 48 to 72 hours. And we are all in a matter of changing. But the big question is, on an individual level, how can you change one thing in your life that change will eventually become the best part of your life? One thing, that's all I ask, is one thing to change. Doesn't matter what it is. Reality of it all is, if things are not going and flowing the way you would like it to do, it's up to you to change the outcome. So where would you like to see that change take place? The chakra associated with our card is the throat chakra. I'd like to invite you just to take a moment to visualize a white light in your throat chakra and see that white light literally untangling a knot that might sit in your throat. That might be what's preventing you from speaking and speaking your truth for that matter. So just see that white light and allow it to unwind whatever the knots are that's in the throat chakra. And know that whatever it is you wish to express by unwinding the knot, your words will be able to be heard, and your words are powerful. Your number is 5. The 5 in numerology is all about the things you are changing. Those changes bring freedom into your life. But do understand, before we get the freedom portion of it, unpredictability may very well show up. And unpredictability could actually be a really fun and exciting thing when we think about it. such as maybe somebody unpredictably showing up and putting a smile on your face, or a friend or a family member or someone you love shows up with a beautiful bouquet of flowers, whatever it is. Or you get that phone call of that unexpected client that says, yes, I'm ready to sign up today. Unpredictability. And know that that's a very powerful energy to manifest in the day of change, in the day of change. So that is our card for today, change. And again, as I said, what's one thing that you can do today that will change your outcome going forward? Because again, if things are not flowing the way you would like them to flow, only you can make that change for things to start to unfold and flow in a better direction. I also would like to bring your attention into the energy of the moon today, where the energy of the moon is in Leo energy. So this is a day to express yourself. This is a day to be creative. This is also a day to allow yourself to be in that space of connecting into fun and more play. And think about romance in your life. How can you be more flirtatious and just allowing yourself in that space of making things bigger than what they really are? Drama is what I hear. Making things bigger than what they really are. Allowing yourself to express on a much bigger level. It's no longer a time to stay small. It's time to shine. It's time to show up. It's time to be seen and to be heard, which is the throat chakra. So with that being said, again, I'd like to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show. I will come back and read those comments. And we are on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and YouTube. So should you've missed the beginning, or if you missed any episodes prior to today, feel free to go back and watch and enjoy each show. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to have my amazing guests, and we're going to dive into the topic of today's show. I'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Nick Rafter. Though it may not seem like it, now is actually a good time to sell or buy a home, and I can help you with that. I'm a real estate agent with great knowledge of the markets in New York City and Long Island, and I can help price your home and get it sold, or find you one at a great price. I can also help you rent as well. So give me a call at 347-610-9765 or at nrafter@corcoran.com. Let's find you the perfect home.
Hi, my name is Diana Brandt. I'm a business consultant. If you always wanted to be an entrepreneur and you've got these dreams, you no longer have to have them in your head. I help you with the steps. I'm offering a 15-minute complimentary call, and you can reach me at diana.caremore@gmail.com. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my guest here. But before we go into introducing her, I just want to recap on our card that we had for today. Hopefully I didn't shuffle it away. It's all about change today. What's that one thing you could do today to change your outcome so things can begin to flow the exact way you like it to? The chakra associated is the throat chakra. So to clear the throat and to allow the knot to be released, visualize that white light plugging in and pulling out the knot so you could begin to express yourself and let your words be heard. The number is 5. So that 5 is all about the freedom, the change, and more importantly, the unpredictability that will be coming in as we move forward. With all that being said, love to introduce my guests. I'm going to say her first name because I screw up the last name. I'm going to introduce Diana. How are you, Diana, today? How are you?
I'm fine. It's Diana Brandt.
Thank you.
And I'm great.
Yeah.
How are you?
Very, very, very good. And our title for today is all about how business survive and recover from COVID. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. As I was writing out your questions that you've sent me, I was really really connecting, because a lot of those questions are going to help me, as well as I too have a small business and surviving in this day and time with the COVID and all that's been happening. I'm very interested to hear the answers and guidance that you're going to be providing each and every one of us today.
Sure.
Yes. So just for our viewers, explain to them exactly what it is you do, and then we're going to dive into those questions.
Okay. So I'm a business consultant, and I've also founded a nonprofit in the summer of 2008, Transition to Green Community. It's about lessening our environmental impacts, learning more about sustainable practices. But the focus today is really going to be more on the business consulting end and how I can help you as a brick and mortar company, as well as an online business.
Yes, because I silly to say, I don't know if it's silly to say or exciting to say, I'm still sort of mixed between regarding all that is going on with the pandemic and the COVID. A lot of brick and mortar businesses are really considering taking their business onto an online service and eliminating their space. So I'm sort of like torn. I think for myself, I think it's going to be a 50-50 because of the business I do, I can. So with that being said, my first question to you, for you, is what can a brick and mortar company that's starting up or in a COVID-19 distress to pivot and maintain a great cash flow?
Okay, so there's a few things I want to go over. So the first thing is for the key for any is basically that foundation for making sure that your company credit is good. So you want to be focused on the finances. That seems to be one of the hardest things for many people because there's not as much creativity, they think. And so they're not that interested in it, but they want the revenue that's generated from that. But it's part of the system that makes that revenue possible. So you have to focus on maintaining a good credit rating for your company. The other thing is, for instance, with your company, it's a fitness private gym, correct?
Actually, it's a personal training facility, so it's not a gym.
Personal training. So let me ask you, are you in what you would consider a safe area?
When you say a safe area, meaning the pandemic?
No, in terms of like crime in the area. I ask
Oh, yeah.
this because if you're a business that's on the street and you're in what's considered a safe neighborhood, then I always encourage, if it's not freezing cold outside, to open the door and have a table at the front with someone who's manning the post there and greeting people. And you would also do your COVID protocol, COVID-19 protocols, which if you look on the CDC website, gives you the details of how to actually run that. And I would have it by appointment. So you encourage people to sign up, get set up for an appointment to come in and to do things they need to do with you as a personal trainer. And then you would also look at your square footage. How, if you have, most places that are brick and mortar have small spaces. So if you have, let's say, 400 to 500 square feet, but you have to also take into consideration that, like in your case, you've got a lot of gym equipment. So how much of that square footage is really ability for a person to walk around in? And then you have to figure out, which is a pretty simple formula on the breakdown. So if you've got per person, you need 113 square feet because we're looking at a 6-foot diameter, a circle around each person. So if they're going to the right or the left, there's going to be that 6-foot difference in terms of distancing. And then in a space that's 400 or 500 square feet, and this includes the staff, you really could only have maybe 2 or 4 people at a time in your space. And that would be considered safe. Other thing with enclosed spaces is circulation. They emphasize that you have good airflow and you want to keep moving that airflow. If you've got the front door open, you're able to move that out the door. that's considered a really good safety feature.
Yeah, this, excuse me. This is really great tips. And for myself, theoretically, all my clients that I do see on my site are all one-on-one. So I have no restrictions in reference to like having to make sure there's enough space for everybody. It's the way I've always done my business from day one. So I sort of am ahead of the game with it, but I love the idea about setting up a table outside and greeting because I do have a lot of foot traffic as I have public transportation in all four corners of my business. So there's a lot of foot traffic, and especially now that more and more people are out and about as opposed to months back when nobody was outside. So I love that fact of setting up a table outside and greeting and, greet and meet, so to speak, is what I like to call it. So that's great insight, for all the businesses out there who can. So my second question to you, in regards to who is offering creative financial products, vehicles to small businesses now?
Right. This is really important to hear. A lot of people, they've heard of the Small Business Administration, but they've not really looked into it. I know a lot of people that say, "Oh yeah," and then there's always a hesitation. It's government money. I don't know if I want to deal with that. Right now, they set up all these different types of loan programs and grant programs, and they're numerous. So I can't give you all the details on all of them, but I can tell you that in March, they had started a relief, and if people had signed up and did the registration for it, then, and it's online too, by the way, so it's very convenient. The turnaround is pretty quick, and once a clerk there receives it, it should only take 3 to 4 business days to receive the monies, whether it be a loan or a grant. Some of them have ended, but new ones have started. So there's a grant right now that's considered also part of the relief, and it's for startups. You don't even have to give your tax information. They're literally looking for someone who shows they have a stable credit record, and you apply online, and it's $10,000. You've got to show that you've started your business at least, it's been at least, I think, a year for you to qualify. So if you started up last year, but you're still not bringing in much money, then this would be a great time for you to try this.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Ideally, which is really interesting, is although, yes, my business has been in existence, the actual storefront has been in existence for 19 years. However, I've gone under a different business name, and I only did that about a little more than a year ago prior to pandemic. So I might actually qualify for that. So I'll definitely look into that. So thank you for that piece of information.
You probably will. And it's also another thing, I mean, it can be state by state. Everything's a little bit different on what's being offered, but you go to the Small Business Administration website and check it out. The other thing is credit unions. A lot of people don't really value what a credit union can do for them. And they might have been a member for quite a while if you are a fireman, a police officer, a teacher. I have a friend that retired from teaching, and she did not know that they offer really good car loan opportunities.
Oh, wow.
She retired. She said, "Wow, I can't believe I never knew that." So these are things to check out as well, because now that we're in a relief kind of situation with COVID, credit unions are also offering special packages.
This is amazing information. And I'm hoping all our viewers, audience, and those listening are also taking notes because the information is so powerful. We do need to take a quick commercial break, but before we do, Diana, let them know how they can reach you, please.
Okay, so it's diana.caremore@gmail.com. Again, diana.caremore@gmail.com. I do have a website domain, but it's not up yet, dianabrandt.com.
Awesome. So for our viewers, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. So you guys stay there. We'll be right back.
Hello everyone, my name is Irene Rodriguez and I'm the creator and founder of 100 Essential Women. Through 100 Essential Women, I create individualized waist beads for women that represent the relationship between a woman and her body. They are individualized pieces that represent her femininity, her divine feminine, her sensuality, and her spiritual well-being. If you're interested, please reach out at 100 Essential Women on my Instagram. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Are you ready for solutions and connections? If so, I can help. Hi, I'm Tammy Moses, and I help the peripheral people resolve hoarding issues in a holistic way. I would love to connect with you and learn more about how I can help in your unique situation. Please send me an email to thehoardingsolution@gmail.com. I look forward to connecting with you.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just joining, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my amazing guest, Diana, here, our topic is all about how business survives, recovers from COVID. And again, share, like, and comment on our show. And we are on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and YouTube. For those of you who are just tuning in, you missed a great portion in the beginning, so definitely go back and watch later, but stay with us. So, Diana, for small businesses, in addition to what you've shared prior regarding support, is there any more support that can be provided for small businesses?
There's a lot of things that businesses can do to pivot. And the key here is some people are afraid about the idea of going online. What you can do is both. So if you're considered still a non-essential business and still told that you have to remain closed because some areas are still doing that, then you can basically create that online presence and be creating your revenue stream there. The thing that builds an asset in your company where you could think in terms of, okay, it's got a market value. I could really, at some point in 5 years, maybe sell my company. You want to focus on creating strong systems that work well. So it wants to be in the front of the room as well as the back of the room, and how people are communicating with each other, as well as how monetary systems are set up. So those are all key components. And the other ways for people to pivot, if you are opening a soft, they said a soft open, some areas that's getting a little bit more commerce. And we're going into winter season. So restaurants, for example, are saying, how are we going to get people interested in dining outside when it's snowing? As long as there's no blizzard, there's ways to attract, and you do it through getting involved with the city itself. All the business owners come together, and you know how we have seasonal holiday festivals, that kind of thing, and make it special. Create an environment where it's an experience for the customer, the client. So in terms of a restaurant, because restaurants were hit really hard, making it unique. Americans like the idea of the novel. So if you've got a really neat approach, maybe you have Santa at your restaurant who's giving out marshmallow treats to the kids, or you've got it so you tell everybody to bundle up, bring their blankets, and you're going to give them a carafe to the family or the friends of hot cocoa
maybe a chai tea carafe, and make it special. That's going to bring in clients. And of course, you're practicing social distancing with your table set up. So you do the same kind of thing, even with like a boutique or a place like yours, by doing something that's going to be friendly and people are going to engage. It's community outreach. You're really doing more boots on the ground when you've got your doors open and you're right there for people to say hi.
Yeah, I love these tips. And when you were actually speaking about the restaurants who may have the approach of like Santa Claus coming, because again, I do read energy intuitively. I gotta definitely go ahead for all those businesses out there who are restaurants. That's definitely a high approach to go about. You know, maybe take a tip or two from those Hallmark shows, you know, and just set it up as Santa Land outside where people are going to want to be outside to dine versus being inside to dine. So I think that's an awesome idea. And
you can work it out with the city as well. Some areas are not as restrictive where they can close off some of the streets and have the dining extend out a little further into the street.
yes, in fact,
So
in
it
my
gives more
area,
dining outdoor dining space.
yeah. In fact, in my area, they actually do have on the weekend, specifically Friday through Sunday after 5 p.m., the entire streets are closed. So
Okay.
no cars can go up and down, no street parking, and all the restaurants have their tables actually set outside at that point. And it is really beautiful. And I mean, if they can get the decor of the holiday stuff into play, I think it will be a really festive time of year for the first time doing it this way. So I think that's awesome. Yeah. You know, there could be some uplifting probabilities here when people do step into their creativity and doing business differently. I mean, business does not have to be the way business was. So I appreciate those tips.
What I noticed, like there's a boutique in my area that I walk by every day, and she has her door closed. She's now open, but she's expecting the same kind of traffic where people will just walk in. She does have her sign up that says she's doing COVID protocol, but nobody's going in there. And it's sad. If she opened her door and played a little music and had one person out there talking to people as they're walking by, come on in, or let's schedule an appointment for you to come in, you're going to start to get those people back into the store.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to take you up on that tip and get my table outside and, you know, see what happens. Okay. So yeah, definitely going to apply that. And I'll let you know how that works and how many new clients I bring in from just doing that, because I do feel like it's going to be a win-win.
Yes.
Definitely.
And people also like the idea of an appointment. This is a long time ago, Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. So many of those upscale shops have everything set up by appointment. You can't just open the door, it's locked. And why is that? It's security. And they've got high-end clients coming in, so they want to feel safe. So in a way, there's a promotion right there for people to feel, wow, you know, this is really special. I'm getting a little bit more quality time with the owner and her staff in her space. I like that.
Yes, yes. And one of the things about my business is there's no staff. It's just me.
Well, it's all you.
Yeah, it's just me. I mean, I could probably definitely post on, you know, a family member in to have them go stand outside if need be, you know, during my quiet hours, or I could stand outside if I need be. But it's always been for my own approach, it's always been personal. It's a personal approach I give to every client of mine when they do their workouts, whether they're working with me on site or they're getting that one-on-one approach remotely. They still get a one-on-one approach.
Good.
And I think great. All businesses, I think the more we can, especially small businesses, because small businesses have that more personal approach anyway. So right. I think there's a lot to be said about all those beautiful tips that you're providing today and the support. And I think more small businesses will actually feel better based on all these beautiful tips.
The thing too is, if you're active with the Chamber of Commerce, your local Chamber of Commerce, that's where I put a call to action through my for communities to come together at this difficult time in history to help small business owners that do have a physical presence that aren't completely online to volunteer their time to help out. A lot of those people I think you're going to find through your Chamber of Commerce.
That's a nice tip too.
The other areas as well, but yeah.
Yes. And now I have one of the other questions that you have here as well is in regards to strategies for financing for small businesses, how to optimize cash flow.
Okay, so that is the key. And again, looking at your systems and what systems seem to be working for you and really doing a critical analysis of the areas that you know probably could be improved and are weak. And if your revenue flow isn't working that well, then you definitely need to look at how your monetizing system is working. And having a good bookkeeper is key. If you don't like doing bookkeeping, then find, like you mentioned, a family member for the front door. If you have a friend that always likes numbers, likes record keeping, maybe she's a stay-at-home mom and she's never thought, gee, I could be a bookkeeper. Help her launch her small private business as well as helping you. That's my big suggestion there. So you always want to have a good bookkeeper. Make sure that's there. And then there's different systems as well as online. So I like QuickBooks Pro. There's a couple of apps which I could probably send to you so you could listen. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but those are also where you can input. I think QuickBooks Pro also has an app. So you can be doing stuff like if you're getting stuff for your business and there's supplies, you can just scan the receipt and then immediately have it moved into the bookkeeping system. So it happens instantaneously and you can throw the receipt away once you do that.
Oh, nice.
So the key here is you don't need to have the big bulky files and the big storage locker for all your 5 years of records. I'm really encouraging people to streamline, especially now, into more paperless and going more online with all these different ways of maintaining your books. So you just these and you have your backup and you only make hard copies as needed if you need to show that for some reason. Sometimes you have to have those records to be able to print off.
Yes. You must be looking under my desk. I have a whole pile of papers, of files and files of this thing and that thing. It's like, oh my God, how long do we have to keep this?
Yeah, and it's a nightmare, right?
Yeah. It's like I have folders every time I go to the accounting, for the year end, and they give me this big folder with all my papers, and I have piles of piles because again I've been in business for 19 years, so you can only imagine how many folders I have, and it's like, oh my God.
Well, the other thing is, I have a CPA who he literally puts it on a thumb drive. And then I also have a backup. So if you need to print it off, my end of the year is always on a thumb drive.
That's good to know.
Some people feel nervous about that, but if you've got the backup and you also have stuff going to the cloud, you should be fine.
Yes, yeah, because it's like I literally probably need one room just for all the files.
And I can relate to that because I used to have that myself.
Yes.
So
yes.
And it's nice when you can go into your office space in your work area to be able to go in there and not see all that clutter.
Yes.
Psychologically, it actually frees you.
Yeah. I like to look at it as like when I do look at it, I say, oh, this is my success, the 19 years of my business. Just flipping it over from a negative, like, oh, this is the clutter. No, it's 19 years of business.
And that's the right attitude. But
Yeah,
now you can start moving. This is a good time to start moving into the system where it's in a backup and on a thumb drive and print as needed.
Yeah.
And a lot of transactions, some people are already up on this. You can do a lot of document signing through DocuSign, and there's other types of documents that you can basically print it off, sign it, and then scan it and email it back. So you don't have to drive to the place and sit there and be signing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You can just do everything through your email.
Wow. At this point in time, we're never going to have to leave our house.
Some people might like that.
Yeah. Although from the experience we've all had with the lockdown, I don't know. I think people were like, I don't know if we all really want to stay home. Yes. But anyway, we do have to take
I'm very active. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're
Go ahead.
very active.
I was just going to say I'm active, so I'm one of those people I have to get out in my day.
Yes, me too. I like to be outside a bit as opposed to being inside. Although it's quite interesting because when we're not being told we have to stay in, we're okay with staying in. The minute we're told we can't go out is when we get a little nervous, like, but why? So yeah, it really is really funny as we are humans, where when we're told we can't do something is when we want to do it more.
Exactly. It's the same with animals if you have pets.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So with that being said, let the viewers know again how they can reach you.
Diana.caremore.gmail.com. Again, diana.caremore@gmail.com. I think I said at gmail.com.
Okay, so yes, for all of our viewers,
Go ahead.
for all of our viewers, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to give a tip or two, and then possibly I'm going to be giving Diana a cosmic energy soul reading, and we'll take it from there. So we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, Rob the Warrior Strategist coming at you from San Diego, California. And if you want help developing your own income streams and entrepreneurial systems, feel free to reach out to me at dragonsgold76@gmail.com. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Nick Rafter. Though it may not seem like it, now is actually a good time to sell or buy a home, and I can help you with that. I'm a real estate agent with great knowledge of the markets in New York City and Long Island, and I can help price your home and get it sold, or find you one at a great price. I can also help you rent as well. So give me a call at 347-610-9765 or at nrafter@corcoran.com. Let's find you the perfect home.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just joining, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my amazing guest, Diana, here. And we've been talking about small businesses and how to survive or exist through the COVID, through cash flow, and etc. And for those of you, remember to share, like, and comment on our show today. And at this point, Diane is going to share some tips with you in regards to how to survive in business in COVID-19.
The other thing about this is looking at trends. A lot of people don't necessarily understand when an opportunity has come in their direction. They're not in the market trends. And a lot of people will think in terms of what they like doing and what they want to provide, instead of thinking about what the customer, the client, wants you to provide and what their expectations are of your kind of business. And so you have to become more aware of that by getting a little bit of a survey, whether it's just a verbal survey with your clients or getting these surveys through email. But I'm going to give you an example. I have somebody very close to me who started her business a year ago, and she makes everything. And
Oh,
she really loves doing handmade soaps. And I was literally helping her out, going to different flea market events with her and having so much fun. And she was moving a lot of product at these flea markets, but then COVID hit. And now she's basically doing a lot of, she's refocused her energy on making purses that are the ones that go across, because those are pretty popular. And she likes making sachets and a lot of other things with her sewing machine, pillows. But she stopped making the soaps. And I said, I think this would be a good time. People are looking for soap, especially beautiful soaps. And they don't necessarily, you could come down in your price by presenting them as packages. So instead of just individual soaps, where you're charging $7 or maybe even $8 for one hand milled soap, you would present it in a package. So you can buy it in a package of 3, and you're getting a break on the cost on the third soap, or a package of 4, a package of 8. And that way the soap will move. And this is the trend right now. People are washing their hands more, and they want to have a beautiful experience. They don't necessarily all want to do antibacterial, where it's
yes.
not as pretty.
Yeah, they're not as pretty and they don't smell so pretty neither.
Right. So the thing is, not picking on her, but she's Irish. She tends to be very, I want to do it my way. And I know the wording, the obtuse, like she's got a wall. Anybody giving her advice, she sees that as not a good thing. This is where people can hurt themselves, because it's a good thing to be strong-willed, but it can also hurt you when you wall it off and you're determined, I'm going to do it my way, and my way is this, making purses right now. Well,
Exactly.
are people really buying as many purses? No.
Well, they might be based on the crossover ones and holiday season. Who knows? Maybe both services might be a good thing.
But I guess my point is the soaps are going. The
Yes.
purses do sell. They are popular, but the percentage, her numbers would go up if she could also do the soaps and offer that.
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
just using her as an example. If you look at what your market is doing and what people are actually going for, and then with COVID, how things have shifted, you might be looking at a lot of opportunities that you didn't realize were actually staring right at you.
Yes, yes. And I do love the tip. And I think it's an old tip actually, in regards to asking the clientele, asking the potential clients, what would they like to see as a service?
Yeah.
What would bring them in to take on a service, and taking that in consideration and seeing if it's something that the actual business can actually do. Keeping the customer in mind is always a good thing.
Absolutely. It's a key thing.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, it's key
and
thing, exactly.
A lot of people forget that sometimes, that America is set up with the idea of being creative and novelty and having fun. But at the same time, and people will say, I actually can get into doing something creative that I love. And in your case, providing the services that you have, but not losing sight of what the customer really wants to get out of it. That's really crucial.
Exactly, exactly. I know for myself, in my business, when I work with my clients, it's always about me explaining to my clients what I see that they actually need so they can reach their goal, but also keeping in mind what they think they need so they can reach their goal.
Right. That's good. I like that. It's a nice parallel. They can compare those two and feel like it's really well-rounded.
Yes, yes. Especially in the fitness industry, where many people feel that they know what they're supposed to do to get to their goal, or, this is what I want to do. Like, very funny, quick story. I would have clients who would literally come in with their list of exercises that they would like to do. And I would always take in consideration that list and made sure it was a balanced list of what they needed to do to get to that particular goal, and incorporate their list with the things that I felt that they needed in order to get to their goals. So they played into the recipe as I played into the recipe, and they
Oh,
were very happy.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's good business.
yeah, they're very
That's
happy.
what we're all aiming for.
Yes, yes. Well, yeah, because there's certain exercises we like to do, and there's certain exercises we have to do.
Right. And in the end, you want your customer to feel satisfied and happy, not frustrated.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Yes, that is so true. And talking about my customers and my guests, I would love to give you a cosmic energy soul reading. Are you open to that today?
I am. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm going to give myself a hug first.
Yes. Always a good hug. Yes. Yes. So here's how it works. And I know you know how it works because you've been on here before, but some of my viewers may not because they may be new to us. So what I do here is I shuffle up the cards and I give Diana the option. Diana has the option to either ask a question that she would like some guidance for, or she can ask the universe to provide the guidance. So which way would you like to go about this, Diana?
I think I'm still going to go with the universe.
Can never go wrong when it's universal energy. That's how I always like to say. So what's going to show up here for Diana is some insight on her chakra, one chakra that she may need to work on, insight on what the universe thinks she has to do, and also a number that's providing a hidden message. And that's the most fun of it. I always say the number with the hidden message. So let's see. Okay, so your card, the affirmation is focus. Focus. And what the universe is actually saying is what you focus on is what you are creating. What you focus on is what you're creating. And I think that really goes really well with whatever it is we communicate about is what becomes our reality.
Right.
So you have the power to literally create the life you want to have by just focusing on it. The same way will go if you're focusing on the things that's not going the way you want them, you're going to create that too. So yes.
Yeah, so be careful.
Exactly, exactly. And the chakra associated is your third eye. Now, I don't know, do you ever use your third eye, Diana?
I'm really new to all of this, so no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the way I see it is we have two eyes on our face, and then we have one magical eye that allows us to see things that are not in front of us. And that's the eye that taps into your visions, your desires, and your dreams. So when you can, possibly sometime today, later, is take time and just close your eyes and visualize an actual third eye where you can actually see it. So once you can get that image of the third eye there, then at that point, allow yourself just to let go all ego and all expectations of what you think is supposed to be happening, and allow your higher self to guide you to what is actually in line for you. Because everything that we're supposed to do in this lifetime has already been graphed out for us. Now it's only up to us to get in that alignment, that what I like to call the vibration and the frequency to matching those desires. So for example, when you sit back and say, oh, I would love to create whatever, whatever that goal is. Now, because you already mentioned that goal's already there. It's just waiting for you to be in a vibration to receive it. And that's where you use the third eye, where you can actually see yourself in the action of having what it is you're looking to create.
That's like mathematics, for example. They say the numbers always existed. We discovered them.
Exactly. And when we can get into that space, there's an old expression that goes, if you can dream it, you can do it. And the dreaming is what you get to see. And that comes from the third eye. So I'm a firm believer that when we spend time in meditation, and it doesn't have to be a long, drawn out meditation, 2-3 minutes.
I do meditate. I do have a meditation practice. I do it in the morning for 15 minutes and then before bedtime for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Excellent.
And
Now the
I've been doing
meditation
it for about 12 years. Yeah.
meditation that you do, is it a guided visual meditation or is it a breathing meditation? What's your style of meditation?
Well, my style is a chant meditation, and I am a member of, it's a Japanese Buddhist group. You can still have your other religious practice because this is a philosophy, and a lot of people don't realize that. So,
Yes, yes, yes. So I definitely invite you to come join me on my meditations, because I actually do most of my meditations that I do are chakra balance alignment and also visually related as well, to help us visualize our desires and to align ourselves to those desires. Because again, we can all sit and have dreams, but if we are not in the vibration of receiving those dreams, it takes a lot longer for us to actually have our dream and our reality. Now, here's the hidden message. Your number is 13. I love that number. And ideally, this Friday is Friday the 13th. So interesting that this number pops up.
oh, wow.
13 is 1 and 3. 1 is a new way of focusing, which is focusing on your third eye, not using your eyes on your face to do the focusing, but using the third eye to see what's within and connecting with the things that serves your higher self, not your human self. The 3, again, is the throat chakra. It is what we are creating, how we are expressing. And what we express is what we create. Working into that 4 energy. The 4 energy is all about your new foundation, what it is you want to build, because you are the creator. You are the creator to whatever your dreams and desires are. All you need to do is get that alignment going, to be in the perfect alignment and frequency to receiving all that there is for you. How's that resonate with you?
It sounds great. I will practice. It's a type of visualization in terms of the third eye and doing that through meditation, and then with the focus and I guess projecting what
Yes.
I want.
Exactly.
That's good.
It's being in that space of, as they say in the law of attraction, asking, believing that you deserve what you're asking for, and then you get to receive it.
Right.
The belief is a major portion of it, because we can ask for things, but sometimes what stands in the way of is not feeling like we deserve to have it. And then that delays the process of the receiving.
Right.
So
And a lot of people have that. And just as a business consultant, a fear of moving forward and attaining certain steps that are going to get them closer to having a successful business. There is really a sense of anxiety that goes with becoming a business owner that a lot of people will back away from. They'll recoil instead of realizing that's part of the process and to embrace it.
Exactly. Especially with businesses, it's really a lot about visualizing and recognizing that if you are, I'm going to use this term, if you are blessed to want to have a business, then it's already in your alignment. It's just a matter of stepping into it.
Right.
You know? And as long as you step into it, no matter what the obstacles and challenges are, those obstacles and challenges are there to actually help you grow into your business on a much spiritual level. So it's very powerful. So
yes.
Thank you so much for allowing me to give you this reading. I think it resonated for you a lot. I'm hoping you did.
Yeah, I hope it resonated for you too. I think it did.
Yes, I think, yes, definitely. And again, let the viewers know how they can reach you, because we are at the end, our very last portion of our show.
All right, thank you so much. So the best way would be through my email, which is diana.caremore@gmail.com. Again, diana.caremore@gmail.com. Thank you again. It was lovely. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you. And I enjoy having you here. I look forward to many, many, many other episodes that you will be on with us. And again, for all our viewers, share, like, and comment. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when I come back, I'm going to give you the conclusion of today's show. I'll be right back.
Declutter your body, declutter your space. Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, holistic trainer and intuitive healer, and Aphrodite Marissis, Feng Shui interior design consultant, teamed up to write Declutter, Reshape, and Feng Shui to guide you toward a re-energized and balanced body and space. Available on Amazon.
Hello, gorgeous souls. Welcome. My name is Alex Vitilla, founder of Breathing Heart Consultancy. I work with art-centered coaches and consultants, soul-driven entrepreneur to heal past trauma and help you smash through the six-figure income ceiling in your business to create epic income and epic results and an epic impact onto Mother Earth. I've got an amazing offer. Activate your wealth consciousness. Drop me a message.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just joining me, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. And I had my amazing guest here today. You're going to have to come back and watch, whether you want to watch on Roku, YouTube, or Amazon Fire TV. Any of those three platforms we are on, feel free to go and check them out, because she was amazing. She shared amazing tips for those who are in business, those who are trying to survive in their brick and mortar business, and just moving forward and being successful in your business, because you can definitely be successful in your business during this pandemic. It's a mindset, and changing your thinking is going to change your reality, which was our card earlier. I'd like to also invite you to come join me this Monday, every Monday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. I offer a 11-minute meditation and a one-card pull. Just as we had the card reading for Diana, it gives you insight, it helps you to connect with one chakra, and it also provides a hidden message. Very informative, very insightful, and more importantly, very powerful. And that takes place every Monday night via Zoom. Should you want to join us, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com to get on our list and join us every Monday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Why 11:11? It's a magical time, and it's when the veil between the physical and the spiritual realm is so thin, you can connect very easily with your spirit guides, loved ones, and higher self, which helps you to connect with who you are on a soul level. I'd also like to invite you, there's a flyer for Cosmic Energy Soul Readings. Right now I'm running an amazing special, $44 for readings, so go ahead. Information's there. Just go ahead and schedule yourself up a reading. Do that. Again, the email, healingwithin76@gmail.com. And one last reminder for anyone who is a entrepreneur, healer, life coach, anyone in that realm, you're looking to get in front of a larger audience, sharing your story. I am currently accepting guest sponsorship opportunities for 2021. So go ahead and get yourself here, get yourself right here on my show, whether you want to be a guest sponsor or an advertising sponsor, either one's available. Hit that email, healingwithin76@gmail.com. With all that being said, have yourself an awesome rest of today, and look forward to seeing all of you next week. Bye-bye for now.